Kind day to you all. I am Kinsmark, and this is Chapter 6 of Let's Play Outland. Continuing on after I've confronted the Golem, and this is actually the same session as the first few episodes, because it occurred to me that I hadn't completed this level yet, and that therefore it might not save my having completed the fight against that ancient monolith. Crossroads of the world again.
Carved from the bones of the earth, the Golem was the protector of the land. The gods themselves set him to stand guard on the Temple of Eternity.
Alright then.
But his heart betrayed him. For love of the prisoners of time, he forswore his sacred duty. Now he crumbles into naught but rubble and dust.
I can't tell exactly whom the narrator means in reference to the gods. Is he referring to the sisters or to another pantheon entirely? I can't tell exactly. I see. So that path has opened up. Alright, so those circles around this gate are sigils of climactic encounters, I assume. Servants of the gods, perhaps, that I'll have to confront and defeat. Interesting. Alright. Continuing on, then. But at least one more episode. Actually, how do I reach that area? Oh, I circle around the other way. Man. At this point, I'm having trouble keeping track of the various places that I've seen paths I can only reach using abilities that I've since acquired. There's a lot to keep track of here, so again, I can't say I'm aiming for a completionist run of this. I just want to collect as much as I can think to do. So, alright, that I've already gone through, so this was that area that I just came around through, right? Yeah. So that means if I ground stomp through this, then it'll lead me into a closed area, correct? Yes. Alright. So let's see. Man, I love this almost forest of ancient columns here, because all of these are worked stone. It's just so interesting to look at. Environmental storytelling is one of my favorite things in game design, because it can convey a lot. Sans any amount of actual dialogue or narration. Through just showing rather than telling, as we're all told. Oops, hang on. There we go. Ah, crap. I can't seem to master these controls completely. They're simple. At the same time, though, the almost auto jump of that returning jump off of a wall is sometimes difficult to anticipate. Right, let's see. So this wants me to go down. What is this over here, though? Okay, that's the door. Jungle Lowlands. Isn't this the level I just came through? Yes, it is. Okay, so then what is that over there? That's a level transition. Okay. So, man. Hang on, I'm actually going to explore a little of this real quick, because I can remember at some point making a mental note that there was an area I couldn't get through because I didn't have an ability for it. And I just can't remember exactly which ability I needed. So let me find out. There we go. Yeah. Okay. So that's here. I've already gone down here, I think. Yes. Okay. Apologies for retreading ground. Just attempting to cover as many corners of the game as I can. And I told myself when I sat down to record this game that I'd approach it much more the way that I would if I were actually just playing it on my own time. And if you guys were just here in the room with me, so that'll also mean, it's just showering on top of my head. That I approach this a little more calmly and relaxedly. And that'll include some exploration, so I hope you guys are settled in for a nice, long-form series like this. So, yeah, okay, so I need to get up. Is there anything past these spikes other than this spider? No, okay. So then, up there is another area that I couldn't get to. So that's just up here to my left. Alright. Can I actually get through here? Alright. So this is just a checkpoint. I thought that meant something else. Okay, so maybe I really have actually completed this entire area then. Alright, well, now I know. I'd apologize for exhausting time, however, I don't feel like that was a total waste of energy, since now I know that I don't actually need to go here. Ooh, hey there. So, moving on. And heading down to the place that the game actually wanted me to go now. Alright. So that's down here. Cool. Alright. Creepy ominous torches. The world beneath. I assume this is where I'll acquire the power of dark. Alright. Oh, hey, don't you hide from me. Oh, you're a different kind of thing. Oh, you're like a creepy tick monster. Oh, I don't like you. Alright. Ow. Jellyfish. What are you doing outside of the sea? Don't you know air jellyfish aren't real? There we go. Oh, crap. Oh, jeez. Avoid the little suicide thing. There we go. Oh. Oh, this really is like straight up Underworld, complete with enchained skeletons in cells. Alright, I didn't realize I was actually stepping across the rift of worlds. Apparently I'm a planeswalker. Who knew? Yeah. That health. Can I stomp through that? I cannot. Okay. Ugh. Maybe tick monster. Oh, I don't like that. So I have such a limited window to actually hit them. Because I can't hit them when they're in the ground. Wait a minute, can I? No, I can't smash that. Okay. And then as they're hovering, I have just a few seconds until they start spewing their energy. Alright. Oh, jeez! I've seen an awful lot of these jump circles, I think they were called. Those little cyclone-looking things. Yeah. So maybe I'll acquire that ability on this level. Okay, smash through any of these, because they look awfully ramshackle. Alright. Another teleportation stone. And then Dark Spirit acquired. Okay. At least they only take a couple of hits. Can I get across this? I think that's too far. Yeah, because I wiped my head on that. Alright. Yep! Ow, ow, ow. There's the little dragonfly monsters. So where does this go? Okay, so down leads into a little crevice that doesn't lead anywhere, so it's just another treasure trove. There we go. Take care of you. And you. Oh man, all the skeletons chained up in corners. So that I can't crack. Creepy atmosphere to this place. Actually reminds me a lot of like, Greco-Roman mythology. Whoa! Ow, jeez. Even though I do think this is drawing on inspiration from more South American mythology. I just enjoy commonalities across cultures, because there are certain ideas that are just endemic to the human experience, apparently. Okay, so you are the one that I need to slide tackle. Oh, come on. Freaking, whoa. Seahorse dragonfly monster thing. Oh, jeez. I could tell I had already made a mistake, and yet I'd committed to the jump anyway. Alright. Well, let's try this again. Oh, no. Ow, jeez. Starting off strong here. There we go. Collect those. Let me just deal with you. Oh, crap. They take 3 strokes? Okay. Down we go. Apologies for retreading ground here. I am also attempting to keep cuts in this series to a minimum, so that they are as easy as possible for me to edit. Since, again, reminder, this series is one that I am conducting to prepare for a trip this coming month. So, can't exactly, in that spirit, afford to spend a great deal of time cutting and editing these. I just hit my hand on my desk. Ow! I'm sure y'all heard that. Like I might for some other series. Oh, come on, that one didn't hit me. Okay, so that attacks my friggin' ankles. So, jeez. I don't like these flappy news. Ow, ow, ow. Oh, oh god. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, woo, avoid you. Give me that health. All the coinage. Can I stomp through that? I cannot. Okay. Was this even a worthwhile corner to venture down? It really wasn't. This was just a little treasure. I was gonna say nook and cranny. I was about to come out crook. I'm like, that means an entirely different thing. Okay. Whoa. Ah, jeez. Ah. Just keep moving. Just get away from the danger zone. This isn't a highway, damn it. Okay, whoop. Yeah. Alright. Stocking up on health now. So, die, little. Ow, suicide monster. How dare you? This looks crackable, and yet it isn't. Alright. So, I have to relearn how to read the crackable walls, like that first level. Because that one I was getting real good at spotting them. Ooh. This one I apparently have to look at a little differently. Owie! Thank you for the health, at least. Okay, so again, leftward. Ooh, leftward is actually where the game wants me to go. So what's to the right then? I always immediately have that instinct in games like this, where it's just like, alright, so the game wants me to go one way, so what's it hiding from me the other way? I have trust issues. Except, they serve me well in this instance, because I found treasure! Alright, so health, there we go. This really does, like, it has the refinement of a modern platformer, and yet still manages to feel and channel the spirit of classic platformers. Whoa, 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 whoa. I think that's a challenging midpoint to strike, and yet this manages it. Just swing like a madman at you. There we go. Alright, I'll continue on the path you've set for me, game, for now. And apologies for the sudden cut. I actually spent longer on this section than I thought, so I have to cut this episode here. For that reason. And also to fix that little counting issue that I'm sure some of you already noticed. So thank you all kindly for watching. I'm Kinsmark here at Last Level Press, and as always, I wish you all good gaming and Godspeed.